All right, what's up? It is Doug Cunnington here from Niche Site Project, and you'll notice that I am sort of losing my voice. So we're going to try and make it through today. We're going to try and talk quiet, whispering here. So hopefully it's not too creepy. But I had this thing scheduled, so I'm like, I got to go with it. I'm going to get the mic real close here. David, what's up? So today I'm going to talk about a Black Friday experiment that I did. So I have an email list for my niche site. There's a few, thousand people on there, and when I send an email, like I can get a decent chunk of people to like follow. I can get a decent number of people to follow the link, go check out the site, and stuff like that. So, or at least open the email, right? So, Fernando, what's up? Hola. David says the hat is creepy. All right. There's multiple creepy things happening here, apparently. But yeah, I'm just going to try and get really close to the mic and not talk too loud. Funny thing, I actually have a webinar for tomorrow. So I'm not sure how that's going to go. I guess I just have to talk quieter in general. So, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to show a couple things. I'm going to actually share my screen here. So I realized the other day people were talking about doing an overlay and stuff. I forgot I had this lower third thing that I could do. I mean, that's not complicated to do or anything. So, all right, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to share my screen. So first of all, I haven't been doing as many like blog updates, but I'm trying to, just generally make more time for that sort of stuff because that's cool things to do. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share a specific application window in which I prepared earlier. So yeah, if you're hopping on, let me know where you're from. It seems like people can indeed hear my creepy whisper. All right. So I'm sharing what should be my earnings, right? So this is earnings for December of this year so far. So I was doing like a 5-figure niche site webinar, like an inner circle session yesterday, and I just wanted to like emphasize for people that I'm a practitioner of this stuff. So indeed, I have sites. It's kind of a funny thing. If you search on YouTube and you find like the people that are ranking and they have videos on Amazon affiliate stuff, funny thing, they actually don't do much in Amazon affiliates. They're really good marketers, entertaining, good guys. I actually know some of them. They're good guys, right? And gals, right? But a lot of times they're not actually practitioners. It's a funny thing. I'm bridging the gap. There's a lot of people that are doing really well, but they don't blog, or they're not into being in the public eye for some reason. I don't know why I am, but I'm doing this blog thing, right? And this YouTube stuff. And anyway, so I just wanted to, I hope it doesn't come off as braggy, but I actually know what I'm talking about. I haven't been mentioning it much, but it's pretty good. All right. Quick note, I have a couple questions coming in here. And by the way, I know a lot of people just hopped on. Yeah, I actually feel fine, but I'm losing my voice. So this is my sexy Doug voice. I'm really close to the mic. And I feel fine. I think I went to a few holiday parties over the weekend, and I talked a lot more there, and it's loud environments. I actually do tend to lose my voice a few days after something like that. So I think maybe that's what it's from. But like I said, I feel pretty much fine, but yeah, this is not cool. So Dennis says try some fisherman's friend. Okay, good tip. I'll see if I could find that. Tom says chew some garlic. Okay, that I just about do that anyway. I love garlic. Mohammed, what's up? And yeah, so David is asking about the live stream. I'll come back to that. Charles from the UK, and awesome. All right, and your guitar guide. What's up, man? I thanks for all the comments recently. All right, I'm going to get into the business of what we're here doing today. So I'm going to hop back on the screen and just kind of describe my process on how I did this Black Friday experiment. All right. And we're stopping and I'm back on video. Okay, cool. So basically, again, I'm going to set the stage here. So people buy a lot of stuff on Black Friday, and I typically don't do like any Black Friday or Cyber Monday like promotion or events, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a try. I have a few minutes to kill, and basically, here's what I did. So I created a new tracking ID on my Amazon account so I could have like some tracking on the ROI. So I would know like, is this thing working or is it a waste of time? Whatever. Then next thing I did was created a page on my site that had like whatever deals I wanted to push, right? So I went and found like a handful of products. Maybe they were Black Friday deals, maybe they weren't. It didn't really matter, right? I just picked some items that seemed interesting. Then I went to my email provider, email service marketing tool, which is Aweber. That's what I use. It doesn't really matter. You could use any tool, basically. And then I wrote some good copy. I won't be able to share the copy as it, talks about the site and stuff like that, but I could show you like open rate. So I've been studying copywriting more and more in the last year, and I think I'm getting better at it. I think I'm getting better through practice and writing and understanding like, nobody cares about me. They want to like get something helpful for themselves. So if you have that in mind, then you can write better copy. So if you think about it's kind of like anything in life. If you think about the other person's perspective, you're going to be better off. So I wrote that email. I sent it out on Thanksgiving. So Black Friday Eve. And my thought was, hey, a lot of people are going to buy stuff on Black Friday. A lot of people are going to be off from work. What I would like to happen is send out an email where I can get them over to my site and they will click an affiliate link. So they'll be cookied for 24 hours. My thought being they're probably going to buy something on Black Friday. A lot of people do, right? So I sent out that email on Thanksgiving Day at like 6 p.m. cover me through the next day, right? So I thought that was a decent idea. Plus, a lot of people, just as a rule, if you look at the open rates, typically the majority of people open the email within like the first hour. I'm not sure the exact stat, but like the majority of people, like 85% of people open the email like pretty quickly. And then it just sort of declines fast, very fast. And then nobody opens it after a certain amount of time. So basically, I sent out the email. I saw a spike of traffic for the 24-hour period, basically, and I have the data, right? So I have the data, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to share the screen here. Let me make sure I got the right order for stuff. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen right here. Okay, so the next thing I'm showing is the email that I sent. Or sorry, not the email, but just like the open rates from the last few emails that I was sending. So here that is, right? So I've obviously blurred out any critical information, and you'll notice these are like Christmas oriented things. So we have 1,500. Now you'll notice these three, the three bottom emails listed here. Those were all sent last year, 2016, and they had open rates in the like mid 20s, which is, that's good-ish. It's about 1,500 people or so, 1,600 people total is how many people were on the email list then. Roughly over doubled it in the last year. So that's kind of cool. That's a whole other story. I don't talk much about list building on niche sites or anything because I'm trying to convince people about keyword research or traffic or whatever. But, the advanced level folks may be doing some email list building. And then you'll see here, this is the one I sent this year, the top. So about 3,300 subscribers. And you'll notice the open rate is higher. Like, I guess that's about 20% higher, just roughly math in my head, about 20% higher. And that's just the open rate. You'll notice the click-through rate is 0 because for whatever reason, it's not tracking it for this particular email list. I don't know what the deal is with that. I haven't troubleshooted it. I haven't investigated what the deal is. But anyway, the point is we had quite a few people open the email, and I wrote a good subject line, so that's where they opened it. I believe the copy is some of the best, short copy that I've done in an email. And okay, here's the real thing. So the results, like whether or not this is a good idea or not. Okay. Boom. Okay. So like I said, when I started this thing, I created a new tracking ID, which is the one I highlighted here. I've hidden the tracking IDs there and blurred them out, but you could see I got about 344 clicks. Okay. So if we think back, right? So that means about 10% of the people, this is from Amazon, by the way, everybody. So what I'm showing right now is from Amazon. So that means that I sent out an email to about 3,300 people. It's 3,311 is what it was. And about 30% clicked over, and then about 10% total clicked over to Amazon. That's pretty good. And obviously I missed the tracking for the number of people that clicked the email, but I got 10% of all the people that I sent out the email to click on an affiliate link. That's pretty good. Again, I wrote really good copy. I really sort of, I encourage people to click over and check it out. Obviously, what are we looking at here? The revenue. Was this worthwhile? Okay, so 15 items were ordered. So that's not terrible. It's about $390 worth of revenue. So that means, we make an assumption of about a 6% on average commission rate. So I didn't go and calculate everything, but just in general, like about 6% is a reasonable average of categories and commission rate. So that means it was about $23.34. So is it worth it for me to spend, 20 minutes over there, writing an email, doing a couple things to make $23? I don't know. Maybe. It was interesting. It was fun writing the email, right? It was fun writing the email. It was a little fun writing the page, and looking at the stats. I'm like, all right, I got people to click over to do something that I thought would be a good experiment. So we did it, and I get to share it here now. So anyway, I think in general, doing Black Friday optimization or Cyber Monday optimization is generally a waste of time. So I was talking to another friend. I hope I could have him on the channel, and he actually did a great deal of optimization on his sites. He has a portfolio of sites. He did quite a bit of stuff, and people just buy stuff during that period. You don't have to encourage them too much. You don't have to make it complicated. I know a few people are like, yeah, I'm targeting Black Friday keywords and this and that. I mean, people just buy like a crap load of stuff over that time period. So you don't have to do anything crazy. I mean, if you're into it, if you want to create a little busy work for yourself, you can do it. You probably will make a little bit more money, but it's not going to be a huge game changer. So the other reference point, and I didn't show it, but I mean, when you go from November, it really, it takes off, right? It takes off on probably a couple days before Thanksgiving. It starts growing, and then it goes higher and higher. And anecdotally, in talking with some of my peers and friends over the course of years, right, we've seen just November, or basically December, is about 2 to 3 times more revenue than November. So if you take your November and you multiply it by 2, 2.5, something like that, or maybe even 3, that's pretty close to what you're going to make in December. Now, there are many factors, but that's a good rule of thumb. Okay, cool. I'm going to get to the questions over here. By the way, if you have questions on this topic, I'll answer them in a thorough way. And if it's like some random question, I'll probably answer it quickly. I will tell everyone, hey, on Friday, I do just a general Q&A. So if you're interested in asking general questions, I encourage you to come to the Friday session, same time, same place, just on Friday. Before I start answering the other questions, I'm going to mention that I'm doing a webinar tomorrow, and it would be great if you showed up and you came. And I'm going to try and get the link here so I can send it to everyone. I should have had this baby handy. That's how I roll. It's a little bit behind. Content. Where is this thing at? Okay, let's get to the question. Sorry about that. Okay, David asked earlier, what program am I using for the live stream? It's just straight up it's Google Hangouts on top of YouTube. So it's just, the stock YouTube stuff. And the lower thirds thing is just like there are apps that you can add on to the Google Hangouts, and there's one called there's like a toolbox, there's the control room, and it has the lower thirds built in. And I forgot that I could do this. So, and if by the way, if someone happens to not be on my email list or anything, or if you somehow got to this and you're not on my email list, if you do go to Niche Site Project, which is listed under my name there in the lower third, you can get like 15,000 free keywords from profitable sites. Additionally, there's a bunch of like just free guides. So if you go to Niche Site Project, hit the green button, enter your email address, you'll get a link to like a free like resource section. All right. Okay, Nick says, Nick is asking, why do I do live streams and videos? Why do I do it? So it's a great way to connect with you all, like the audience and stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm trying to provide like good information and develop a connection. So, I could work with people in some capacity, right? So maybe you're just on my email list and we interact that way. Maybe you shoot me an email every now and then, ask a reasonable question, an intelligent question, I answer you back. Then, some people want like consulting and stuff. So I could help with consulting if they want specific help in specific areas. And like the big thing that I open enrollment 4 times a year for the course on niche sites. It's called 5-Figure Niche Site. A lot of people on this right now are in the course. So I appreciate everyone that actually enrolled. And, what I've found is having an audience is cool, right? If you have an audience, you can make a living, like 1,000 true fans, like all that stuff. And the live streams just happen to be, I'll digress just for a second. In my corporate job, I was a project manager, and basically I managed projects, but another huge portion of the work was like creating presentations and then presenting it to people. And I'm not necessarily a great like speaker or presenter. I've gotten a lot better actually doing these YouTube lives where there's no editing. So I try and keep everything a little bit cleaner. But it turns out that making status presentations to directors, client directors, and other people that are way ahead of me trained me to make presentations. I didn't realize it, but basically I was like training to do webinars. That's kind of the same thing. I do presentations, I go over material, and that's about it. And I would do like, I don't know, 4 or 5 of these per week for multiple years. And at some point it becomes pretty like straightforward. So I could roll in, have a presentation that either I created or that people, send me information I put together. And then I was able to do it. Turns out YouTube is a good platform. So that's why I do these. Leo, what's up? Good to have you on. Fernando says you're buying things on Walmart recently. I've been, buying more stuff on Walmart, and I think Walmart. I think it could be interesting. I've talked about this a couple times, but the Walmart affiliate program, roughly the payouts are about the same. Walmarts are everywhere, like here in the U.S. I'm not sure how far they penetrate, like elsewhere in North America or whatever, but basically. They're all over the place. They have super cheap like products, and they're doing like free 2-day shipping without like having to pay like a Prime type membership. So I think it could be really interesting. Like, hey, what if Walmart like wanted to raise their commission rates? What if they raised their commission rates to what Amazon was paying? I think a lot of us affiliate marketers would maybe switch over. I think Walmart's another big trusted brand just in general, right? So even people like, I don't love Walmart, but from an economic standpoint, if I'm going shopping, like sometimes like the stuff at Walmart is just cheaper. And, if you're thinking about the small business person, it may not be helping them out. But, if I'm trying to watch what I'm spending and stuff like that, like Walmart is a reasonable place to go shopping and save money. So I think, Fernando, that's a really good question. Julian asked, Florian, what's up? Florian Peter. And we got Julian. Did I try a follow up on Cyber Monday? No, that would have been really smart. I thought about it and then I just didn't like follow through on it. And turns out like a ridiculous number of people purchased stuff on Cyber Monday anyway. But yeah, I could have done that and that would have been a great move. And the right way to do it would be, send another email out to people that didn't open it. So in essentially every email marketing service platform, like you can like create a segment in which you send to like just the people that didn't open the email. So you're not spamming them. You're just like going to the people that maybe didn't have time to check it. And maybe if they see the email again, with a different subject line, is kind of best practice is, you can get them to click on it then. All right, Leo says, are you allowed to put the affiliate link in your email or do you put the link in your site? Yeah. So you're not supposed to put the affiliate link in your email. You should put it on your site and then have a link in your email to the page where the link is. So basically, you're not supposed to put affiliate links directly in the email. I know some people, some people do that and they could probably get away with it, but it's not the right thing to do, and you can get in trouble. Okay, and Nick chimed in with that as well. So good to hear that I'm on the right track as well. All right. Your guitar guide says it was worth doing the experiment to get the answer. Yeah, hell yeah. You never know until you try it. And, I tell people that, if you have some theory, a hypothesis to test out, give it a shot, get your own data. And you know what? Maybe some other niche, it would work better. Maybe my copy was very enticing, but it wasn't getting the right kind of people, right? So maybe I wrote something that was like engaging, but it wasn't like getting people that were about to buy something, right? So maybe, right, there are scenarios where it's better to have a lower click-through rate, it's better to have a lower open rate, but a higher ROI, right? A higher sales rate at the end. And, for stuff like a high-end course, right? Like a 5-figure niche site, right? I know my open rates, like they decline a little bit. I'm sending out emails that maybe people, they're not interested in that. Maybe they're interested in something else. But if I'm writing it in a way that it attracts the people who, the product is actually for, then you could come out ahead. Nick mentions people already know what they want to buy and they go right to Amazon, or they find your site naturally during the retail season. So yeah, Nick, I totally agree. Your guitar guide mentions, what's your name, guitar guide? In my opinion, can you make a living just with the Amazon affiliate program, or do you have to have your own product? You could definitely make your a full-time living and probably well exceed your expectations with just the affiliate program. So I don't know if you saw the, it depends on what you're, what you call a living, but yeah, you can do really well on Amazon. Philip, what's up? Good to have you on. And okay, and Nick, you read my mind. Okay, I'll show my revenue in just a second for this month, so you can see it. Guitar Guide, Sharon. All right, Sharon, cool. And Tihana, what's up? Good to have you on. This is the lower third. This picture here in the banner, so it's like a news thing. I think I could even upload my own custom lower third. And but I don't know how to do that yet. Anyway, so it's just like one of those apps, Control Room or the Hangout Toolbox. And what I could do is I'll just show you. I'll show you this one again. And just, I mentioned it earlier, but I know a couple people did, you did show up late. That's all right. I totally understand. I'm late to my own meetings sometimes, and it's just a thing that happens. So, all right, cool. Just making sure I'm sharing the right thing here. And for the people that are late, I am losing my voice, so that's why I sound like this. So yeah, this is just through 19 days in December. And, I don't know what your monthly revenue needs are. Not all months are like this. I'm going to be doing some updates, probably some videos in general on one of the sites that I share with everyone. I don't share the actual site, but I share like the performance and traffic and stuff like that. But, there were months that this year there were $4,000, right? We took a big hit with the Amazon commission rate restructuring and stuff. But even the months, like I said, one month was like 4,000. It was sort of the dip after the summer. A lot of affiliates saw something like that, where there was just like a pretty big decline. But basically, if I had to guess this month, you'll notice it's kind of growing, right? And there's a couple days you can't see here, but these last couple days are, I don't know, $700-800 or so per day, which is good because like when I first started my very first site, my goal was to make $300 a month, right? And I started that site. This was July 2013. So I started that site in July 2013. This is a different site, by the way, than this one here. But my very first Amazon affiliate site, my goal was $300, and I hit 500 within like 2 months. And then by December, right, July to December, I made like 6,200 and whatever, $40 or something like that in December, because December is bananas, as you could see. And basically here, if I had to guess, right, so we're tracking like $500 a day, maybe a little bit more. So what's going to happen is it's going to decline quite a bit. So number of purchases were in the like 300 to 400 or so. It's going to decline. It'll go up, and it'll be pretty high until the 23rd. The 24th, which is Sunday, there's not going to be nearly as many, and then it's going to drop off a cliff on Christmas Day, Monday. And then a few people will buy things, the last few days, but it's going to go way down. So again, if I had to guess, it's probably going to be about like $14,000 to $15,000, something like that. So anyway, again, just not bragging here. Hopefully it doesn't come off as bragging. I don't share earnings too often, but a lot of times, many of the people that are talking about like Amazon affiliate stuff, they don't actually they're not practitioners of it. They're just, talking about it, which is cool. I mean, I hope they're watching my stuff, so at least they're talking about accurate things. But anyway, and you know what? I'm doing really well with it, but like, there's people that are doing like way better than me that are not like out there presenting their information. They're just like, they got their head down, they're working hard. Guys like Rob Atkinson. So if you haven't, if you haven't watched the recent interviews, Rob has a couple out there. So anyway, okay. Let's see. Ivar says, what about net neutrality? I'm not sure how it's going to impact us, but good point. Dami says I sound like a radio host. Maybe it's just like getting my face super close to the microphone here. Billy says, I had a webinar a few days ago. You can't find the URL. Where can you find it? All right. I'll grab some links at the end. I didn't have them handy, so I'm sorry about that, Billy. There's actually one tomorrow. So there's a webinar tomorrow. And yeah, like it'll be on content. And you could, if you like the voice, if you like this sexy voice, there'll be more of it tomorrow. So if you want to hear more of this, then you got it. All right. Let's see. Nick talks about the conversion percentage. Thank you. It is quite good. The site is about 3 years old. And Tihana says, the numbers are amazing. Thank you. Logos says, thanks for the info. You're welcome. You built WordPress sites and you have 2 niche site domains. You don't know which plugin for adding products from Amazon. Any setup videos on this? No. I don't have any specific videos like that, but you don't need any plugin to make it easy. I recommend just using the site Stripe. That's the Amazon default tool, and just inserting the code there. So that's what I recommend. The fewer plugins, the better, just in general. There are some themes out there that have that functionality built in, and those are fine too. Personally, I just use a theme that I have that I know how to use well. It is clean and minimal. It's like black text on a white background. Can't get more basic than that. And then I just use the site Stripe and insert, copy and paste the code that Amazon gives me. Sharon saying you're an affiliate, but you haven't connected the dots yet. Yep, it takes a little time. And yeah, that's good. Dami says, let's rename it Niche Site Project Late Night Edition. Yeah, after this is me after drinking whiskey all weekend and smoking cigars. Actually, not really. I had more than quite a few beers, but unrelated, I would say. Unrelated. Hell, I don't know. Maybe it's related. All right. Fernando says, you took a course on affiliate marketing, but to be honest, you stopped because it was too much information and it was repetitive. You felt like the order was out of place. Is my course like that? Fernando, excellent question. So I didn't mention it much here, I don't think. I actually forgot what I was, I've done a couple presentations today in this damaged state, but I have a background. I was a project manager for a big telecom company for about 10 years or so. So my thing, right? So there's a lot of marketers, there's a lot of affiliate folks out there that talk about affiliate marketing. So not only, I'll say this facetiously, I guess, but not only am I like a badass and I could show you that, 10K revenue for December, but I also have a project management background. I'm a PMP, project management professional. Certification is pretty hard to get just in general. And I basically overlay the project management ideas and stuff, the framework of project management on affiliate marketing. So it's one of those deals, if you read the Scott Adams book, the Dilbert guy, He wrote a book called like How to Win, or sorry, what was it? How to Lose in Almost Everything and Still Win Big. I think that's the name. And he has a theory of like stacking skills together. So Scott Adams is an okay artist, right? He's a cartoonist. He writes, Dilbert. He's a cartoonist for Dilbert, the creator. So he's an okay writer. He's a pretty good speaker, and he's an okay, drawer, and he's a little bit funny. And all those things together, like stacked together, become like a really powerful combination. And through, hard work and improving certain areas, like he's able to stack those skills together, and he's a super successful like business person in general. The point being, my course is put together in a very like logical way, and I only tell you the things that you need to know in the order that you need to do them. And I try and remove all the fat, because, the interesting thing is I have so many videos and pieces of information about niche site stuff. It's actually too much for you to go through in any kind of effective way. So if you tried to watch like every video that I've done and all the content on my blog and then all the podcasts that I've been on, you can get like pretty much all the information you need, but there's literally too much and it's out of order. So the order is very important. The course, which I'm going on and on about this simple question, my course is neither too much information nor is it repetitive. It is like in the proper order, and it's just what you need to know. Okay. And Tiana says, yeah, exactly what I said in a much more concise way. All right. So Fernando, thanks for asking that and letting me talk about that stuff. Knife Masters. So where can you get the course? Okay. So the course, by the way, appreciate everyone on here. If you have the ability to, if I answered any of your questions, if you found it interesting, if you like my jazzy voice here, like Kurt, if you could hit the thumbs up button. I'm told that helps the video and it helps other people watch it. So if you could leave a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. I'll really appreciate it. And in the chat, just say, hey, Doug, I hit the thumbs up. I'll give you a personal thank you. So the course, Knife Masters, you can get the course in January. So enrollment only opens up about 4 times a year because there's a lot of interaction. Again, the people that are in the course that are on here can tell you that I have so much interaction that, you just can't, I can't handle the enrollment, and it's, sort of limited spaces in general. Not everything's limited, but I have to make sure that I can handle essentially the email support for all the students. And when people have questions, like I need to be able to, answer them effectively. So that is why the enrollment is only open 4 times a year. It'll be mid-January. So Knife Masters. If you're not on my email list, you can go to nichesiteproject.com, hit the green button, and then sign up. And then you'll get a lot of free stuff, including like 15,000 keywords that are profitable from other niche sites, just to help you get an idea about like what keywords can work. And then you'll be on the email list, so you'll get notifications. There's a free mini course that I send out as well. A lot of people have seen that as well. And Kurt, just I guess I'm losing my voice, but people seem to really like what I'm doing right now. So maybe I'll just keep it like this. David, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Charles, thank you, sir, for the thumbs up. Manifest Marketing. Sweet, I'm glad you're on. And Thean Pa, thank you. And Kurt, hit the thumbs up too. Thank you, you kind people. Any questions? What else is going on out there? I'm looking at snow. I may actually just do like a little live stream later on my new phone here. I'm told the video quality is super good. But yeah, it was very warm the last couple days here in Bozeman. And for here, it was like a high of like 38, 46 the other day. So warm. So the snow and ice that was like out started melting a lot. and it was all slushy and nasty. But we're gonna have like negative weather, or like negative temperatures here coming up, like literally like below zero. So I think like the temperatures are gonna be like -11 to like a high of like 1 degree, stuff like that. It's gonna be very cold here. So it's snowing. We're gonna get a few. You know what? I don't know how much we're gonna get. I think we may end up by next week. We'll have like an additional foot of snow down, and it'll be very, very cold. So, all right. Okay. And Billy says, you hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Billy. Don't forget the webinar link. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'll um I'll send you I'll put that in here in a second. And David says it's nice and warm. Nick is asking about the iPhone 10. It's great. It's so much faster. I'm really enjoying using it. And Alejandra says, you hit the thumbs up. Thank you. And yeah, Tiana, you're right. It's a good thing I work from home. Okay, I'm gonna find this link that I need to send out. And it'll just take me a second. This is, so here's the deal, folks. This link that I'm putting in here is going to register you for a webinar on content. I'm calling it the smart way. And I'm going to go over two techniques. One's the RPM and one is the FAQ technique. So RPM is a research paper method. FAQ, frequently asked question technique. And yeah, they're really they're good. They're effective, and I've used them, you know, not just theoretically, but I've used them to get really good, you know, traffic, conversion rates. You know, that is like I was showing the conversion rate earlier, which was like 14.78%, and it's like the total earnings are 10,559. Like it works. They both work really well, and you don't have to be an expert in like the niche or the content or whatever. But anyway, if you follow this link here that I put up, and I'll put it in the description for people that aren't watching live. So if you register there, you should have the ability, once you put in your email and stuff, to auto subscribe for future webinars. And that allows me, like when I set up another series of these, so I'm doing like 6 webinars. I've already done the first one. The next one's tomorrow. The second one's tomorrow. And basically you can go through and learn like a ton of stuff. These are, you know, like I mentioned, I've gone through this material before, and I'm like refining it over time. So you're getting, you know, when you go to these live webinars, you get like the best of what I know right now. So Rob, what's up? Good to have you on. Appreciate the support as normal, and thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Mark Fox says the potential income seems so, you know, quote, crazy to fathom, as in the amount that could be made. Can it really be like that? 10K, etc. And yeah, it seems crazy, especially when I was like new to the internet marketing, you know, arena, whatever. I found Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn, and you know, some of the stories and stuff, they start out fairly modest. You know, I was making you know, $2 a day with AdSense sites, and I thought, hey, all I have to do is create, you know, 40 other of these sites, and I can't remember the original amount I said, but anyway, people are like trying to do it at scale. But if you're thinking about it, you're like, oh, $2 a day, like that doesn't seem crazy. But if you could do that like every day without having to work, well, that's pretty cool. The point is, Mark, yeah, the amounts are insane. And some of my friends, again, people that don't necessarily have blogs, or they're not out there in the limelight, they are making just crazy money, and they're doing it quietly. And probably, you know, most of the time, the people that are making the most doing affiliate marketing, or even, you know, courses or whatever, they're so focused on the implementation of like whatever their craft is, right? that they're not, again, they're not out in the limelight. They're just doing the work, and they're the people who are probably making the most. So it could be, $30,000 a month. And you could ramp up to that in just a few years. It's really insane, Mark. And Mark, I don't know if you saw the screenshot. I've showed it a couple of times, but if you like this month made 10,000 plus already. So, okay. Cool. Good question. Fernando says you just created a rule on your email provider to receive my emails in a specific folder. Fernando, appreciate that. That's really good. And people are telling me that the webinar link is wrong. All right, let's see what's going on here. I thought I just copied that over. Well, how about that? That isn't working. How did I do that? What's going on? I see it on this page right here. I should just blame the cold, huh? I don't know what's going on. You know what? Here's like the pure webinar jam link right there. Billy, sorry about that. I'm usually a little more competent. Okay. Tihana as well. Yeah, let me know if that link works for you straight from Webinar Jam. Okay. Logo says that makes sense. So you'd have to choose the products one by one that you want to add to your site. Yep, totally. Okay. So Thean Pa says you just got here. You didn't know this was the subject I was talking about. So it was actually about Black Friday stuff, this experiment. So I encourage you to like rewind and watch that. Friday is the general questions day, but I'm just too polite, so I'll say, you said you just built a new niche site. There's no links built on it yet. What link should you start building? Okay. I would say do blog commenting and then guest posting. And you said you just bought guest post outreach. So I would really be careful about where you're buying that stuff. Most providers that I've seen, it's a little, your results are going to vary. Some people are just, not doing a good job on that. I get so many garbage emails for people like that are running services. Actually, funny story. I got a pitch from like someone I knew, although I didn't know that I knew them. So I got a pitch for Niche Site Project, which is my internet marketing blog. And someone was like, hey, I have like an outdoor, I'm going to just fill in a generic example there. They're like, I have an outdoor site. I love your content on Niche Site Project, and I would really love to work together. I think we're a great match. And, what do you think? And then they sent them, I ignored it at first because I was like, this person did not, I was like, don't waste my time. So I ignored it at first, but like a, jackass outreach person, they have like their follow-up bullshit email. Sorry. They have their follow-up emails that they send out. They're like, hey, Mr. Niche Site Project, like literally that kind of bad like formatting and stuff. Like, hey, Mr. Niche Site Project, just wanted to see if you got my email. I'm really looking forward to working with you. At that point, I write back and I'm like, okay, sounds super interesting. Why do you think it's a match? Like, what do you think you could write? And then, of course, that's when my friend got back in touch with me. He pinged me on Skype and said, oh man, I'm really sorry that I sent you that email. I don't know how that happened. And it happened because they're sloppy. They don't know what they're doing. So anyway, I would be careful with guest post outreach because you don't know if they're doing a good job or not. And they could be just like spamming the internet like that guy I know the guy. I'm friends with him. So, and then you ask, will PBN links also be good? I would caution you to not use PBNs. It's definitely more risky. Okay, so this link doesn't work either. So, very interesting. And I'll answer a quick question. So, from the past experience, how much does revenue decrease in January. It depends on the niche, but usually it's still elevated. Um, it's still elevated compared to February. So I would say, just in general, if I had to remember, I want to say it goes down by, it matches about what November is. So it's about, it goes down by about a third. All right, let me try and figure out what the deal is with this link here, because I am just puzzled what's going on. Because I posted this link somewhere else, and I'm pretty sure people were indeed able to follow it. I'm going to pull up like an incognito window, and I can get to it also. Again, even on an incognito. Maybe it's something with the chat. So like I said, I posted another one here, but I'll put it in the description here and see. Totally puzzled. Because like I said, I sent this out to, or I posted it in a Facebook group, and I know people were indeed able to get to it. So I just put it in the description. Okay. Sorry, Billy. Hey, Billy, send me an email, doug@nichesiteproject.com. I don't know what the deal is, because like I said, I'm even in an incognito window and I'm able to open it. So, and watching me troubleshoot this live, it's just not good video. Yeah. It doesn't work for anyone. Interesting. 404. Yeah, weird. And you know what? Yeah. It's a YouTube redirect thing. Yeah, so don't follow the link, copy the link. And sorry, everybody. Thanks, Paul and Sarab, my tech guys here. Yeah. Everyone go to the description and it should be good to go. All right. Yeah, I was like, what the F is wrong with this? I'm not sure what's going on. All right. Tihana says, how much percentage of my revenue do I reinvest? That's a good question. I'm all over the place. So I'm trying to reinvest about, like 20%. But the thing is, when I'm focusing on different areas of work. So for certain periods of time, I'm like investing time in, say, making YouTube videos. And when I'm focused on a certain thing, I usually do better if I ignore other things, like, say, investing on like my niche site. So there was a good chunk of the year where I did nothing on my niche site at all. I didn't add anything. I didn't reinvest anything in it. Then I'll do like sprints of work and add like 200 articles and invest, $5,000 in content, knowing that there will be a future ROI on it. And I have like a long-term view on what I'm working on, knowing that, it will hopefully pay off, right? Through, I've trialed this many times, right? So I believe I'll get an ROI positive, on that. So to answer your question, something like 20%, but it depends. And so I just, I haven't covered too much of this recently, but I'm going to be like, I added a lot of content over a few months, right? A whole lot of content. Like I said, a couple hundred articles, $5,000 reinvestment. It was over the span of a couple months, so not all at once or anything. Then I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? I maybe made a little bit of a mistake here. I perhaps should have invested more in link building. But here's the thing, since I was focusing on like YouTube videos and other things, I wasn't able to, spawn up an outreach team. It was actually easier for me to do the content. That's why I did that. But now I'm like, okay, I'm going to refocus on outreach, link building stuff. I have a whole lot of content. And at this point, I'm like, I need more links to push that up. So I would say like next year, it'll be more on the outreach front. I'm trialing some, different techniques, some different, ways to do things. And hopefully I'll get good information, can put that kind of stuff in the, 5-figure niche site course and that sort of thing. Okay. So we made it nearly an hour here, and I think, yeah, we did a pretty good job here. I think I finally got the link correct, which is always cool. So just any other last questions? A quick reminder, get the webinar tomorrow. So you could follow the link in the description that works and register for it. And the other part is if you have general questions, really, it'd be awesome to have everyone back on again on Friday. Friday is the general Q&A day. Expect more of this like whispering, this, what I was calling like a creepy whisper, but I guess it's jazzy and very radio-like. I'm like eating the microphone here. It's weird. But all right, everyone have a great day, and we'll catch you next time. If you didn't hit the thumbs up yet, give it a thumbs up if you're hanging out here this long. If you did give it a thumbs up, I thank you. Appreciate it. We'll catch you next time.